up? What's up, everybody? So glad that you're here. Today is a super important day. It's super interesting. And I really think that if you're here, you're going to enjoy this. If you're watching on playback, thank you. So, what are we doing today? Well, there's this concept called stream era. Stream era is a new way of doing things. It's a new way of sharing content. It's a new way of collaborating, a new way of getting yourself inside someone else's studio with no latency, with no other applications or other technology. This is something that I've been able to put together, and I'm really glad because I had a friend come and help me out with this. So this week's Rat Chat guest is also the first guest on something that we've come up with. So we're going to go ahead and share this with you. So if you're watching live, there's going to be a YouTube premiere at 8:30. So in 1/2 hour, you will get a live video that's been completed so that we're going to be able to watch it together, or we can, play it here on the feed or whatever. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to bring in my guy. He's here all the way from Beijing. Give it up for Sdewdent.
Yeah, what up, everybody? This is a student from Beijing. I'm a producer. Yeah, that's what's up.
He's here and he's excited. Listen, we have gone balls to the walls for I don't even know how long, like over a week. It's been maybe like 10 days or something. It's been
Yeah.
insane. If somebody can give me a quick update on the status of our audio, that would be great. Sometimes we have a little problem. And Stu, would you mind turning down your headphones just a little bit?
Okay.
Just a little, just so it doesn't get back into the feed.
Okay.
Appreciate that. So we're here to talk about Sdewdent as a producer. We're here to talk about him as a human being, some of the experiences that he's been through. And we're going to go ahead and get that started by maybe talk about some of the experiences you had. Who did you look up to when you were, you know, getting into music production?
Uh, who did I look up to into music production? Oh, there's a ton of producers I look up to. I mean, when I first started, when I first decided to, making beats and making music, and it was all about Jay Dilla, rest in peace. And I growing up while I was growing up, listening to those classic hip hops like 90s or even in the early 2000s. Those producers like Pete Rock, DJ Premier, High Tech, Laura Finesse. There's a lot. I
That
grew
that's a
up listening to hip hop actually.
that's an amazing list.
Yeah,
You've named off some
yeah, that's
really
a long list. Everybody know that it's a common and regular list, but Jay Dilla was kind of special to me.
Do you remember the first track you ever heard or where you heard it?
About Jay Dilla,
Yeah.
uh, it was in 2005, I think. Yeah, it's a Slum Village, Fantastic Volume 2. Actually, the first track I heard from JD, I'm not sure because I used to listen a lot of stuff, but I was not gonna, look up or check the name of the producer. I don't check the credit right there because I listen to them just because because of the lyrics. That's why I learned my English is so hard. Those English words. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, this is a punchline right there, and this is just trying to understand the lyrics. And those beats, those music, you know, the first time when I heard, you know, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, TROY, you know that track. Everybody know that track. It's called They Reminisce Over You. Yeah, the music just attract me. I think the music is was speaking to me. Then I trying to pay my attention to the music part on each rap song. Then I pay my attention to the critic name out there, and I found Jay Dilla and P Rock, DJ Premier or Buckwell, Buckwell, and yeah, Eric Sermon. That's a
Yo,
top man.
you learned some great English, bro. Like
Thank
you
you,
really have learned some great English.
thank you, sir.
There's people in my house that don't speak as good English as you. We all live here. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I really respect what you're doing out there. Um, Tell us how hard it is out there. We've had these talks, man, over this last week or so, and how
Of
difficult
course.
and how the population and how much damn competition there is, and you really have to stand out. Tell
Yeah.
us about how the struggle is out there.
You mean the struggle,
Just,
English or
just to
just my
no,
life?
no, no, just like that competition in the music business, and how everybody seems probably like they're doing. I mean, I
Oh,
feel like the new classic era is coming from that
yeah,
side of the world.
yeah,
So the competition must be huge.
yeah. The competition is huge. Actually you cannot survive making music in China. Actually, as a like a underground producer or mm, artists which artists who are not in mainstream music. That's totally two different things, like underground and mainstream. When you are underground, nobody knows you, and you cannot eat.
Right.
There's no food on the table, no bread on the table. And mainstream is totally different. If you want to make money, this is a streaming era, and now it's kind of easy to let everybody know you, but at the same time, it's kind of hard. It
Hey,
depends
let
on actually depends on what you got right there, what you got inside, or are you ready? Do you really want to be a musician, or what kind of a musician you want to be? You want to be mainstream, or you want to be like, you know, stand in the back and keep it underground? That depending on you.
and so for me, I'll answer that. I'm interested. You can look at me. You can say what you want. I'm interested in underground music culture. So
Yeah.
I enjoy everything that I hear from everybody in our community. We have some amazing artists, man, and this is what I'm trying to do is find my way to bring everybody together because we can really really do this. What are your feelings on this experience that we just had?
Oh, this experience is something I never been through like this kind of experience, because this is my first time streaming on the internet. I never like did done this before.
I don't think it's
This is
ever
the
been
first
done.
time. Yeah, it's kind of fresh, and it's totally different. It's not like yo, I'm a put up a camera right there. I'm gonna make a beat tutorial, because there's a ton of people there already did it. Like Tasha Rizay from CMA, who
Yep.
I think he's the most successful streamer of like beat tutorial stuff.
Oh yeah,
He's great. Yeah,
and the thing with Tashir is he's done the same thing where he's actually the reason why I met you. And we've
yeah,
got so many people in the chat right now. All these
Yeah,
people that are in the
shout out
chat
to
right now.
CMA right
Let's
there.
shout.
You
Let's
know.
shout out right now. Let's go and see who's here right
Yeah.
now. We got people in here. We got Michael
Okay.
Johnson. We got Jem. Jem's in
What's
here.
up? What's up?
Art's in here. Art's not a CMA guy, but Art's in the underground scene.
Yo,
Uh,
what's up?
so we got a lot of people in here,
Yo,
man.
Jamari Mac. What's up?
We got more, man. We got a lot of these dudes. Look at this. Look at our community, man. Mr.
Yeah, it's
Basic is in our
crazy.
community. He's an underground guy. He loves
Yeah,
this
what's
stuff.
up?
He's really interested in what everybody is doing and what everybody can bring to the table. Yeah, and so uh, as a person who's pretty good with technology and stuff like that, I had this idea, man, that we can actually make real music with no latency from China to Beijing. I mean, sorry, from China to USA.
Yeah,
And dude, we did it.
yeah, yeah, we did it.
I don't know like why it really doesn't. I don't think anybody's really done it, but this is my thought, and I know I explained this to you. This was like my way to be like, come on, man, we can do this. This was my pitch to Student right here. I said to Student, I said, look, everybody is trying to capture the sound of their era or the sound of an other era, right? Classic hip hop era or the vinyl era or whatever. And we're all trying to use these forms of communication or these forms of media like, vinyl, CDs, we got MP3s, and just this kind of stuff to try to capture a sound from an era. But what is our sound? Like, what is this? Like, are we just going to be the ones that just reproduced everybody else's stuff? Or are we going to be able to find a way to encapsulate our era in with everything that we love about the other eras? So, streaming is a new technology as far as no latency. I don't know how long that's been possible. We just figured this out. We didn't even know it was possible. I had
Yeah,
Student play a track and I was tapping on the microphone to the beat and he was hearing it immediately. Another thing that happened was I sent you a text message. I hit send and I watched you and I heard you immediately receive it.
yeah.
That is insane.
That's
So,
the actual, distance between
right. It's just
yeah,
like it's a hand, it's like a an arm's length away,
yeah,
you know? And so to be able to use the stream as an audio source, you need to have a couple key components. You have to have something that can record audio. You have to have something that can stream the feed. And you have to have something you can hear it with. But the stream quality itself inside this broadcast studio, not what gets put out to YouTube necessarily, but when we are in the stream itself, the audio is like perfect, is it not?
yeah. It's perfect. It's totally perfect, man.
So I'm
It's
asking you
crazy.
because we want to do this more. So
Yeah,
we're trying to get other people to understand clearly what it is that we're so excited about. What time is it right now? Okay, we got 13 minutes until this video drops. Now I just finished processing this thing 2 minutes before we went live. This has been a grind, and I hope that I did us some justice, man. I couldn't fit every single thing that was cool about our experience, but
yeah,
let's hope that we can use that as a way to kind of move this forward and snowball this thing into something bigger. You know what I mean? So we got some time, man. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about, do you have any brothers or sisters?
oh yeah, yeah. I have a sister,
You have a sister? Okay.
who is 6 year older than me, and
And is she into
she's
music at
in
all?
Lanzhou. Actually, Lanzhou is my hometown. Actually,
Okay.
it's in northwest in China.
Okay. Shout
Yeah,
out to Longzhou,
yeah, Lanzhou actually.
Lanzhou. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out to
there's
Lanzhou.
a great noodles right there. The food is good.
Oh man. So
Yeah,
I was in Cambodia and Thailand, and when you get that authentic ethnic cuisine, oh,
yeah,
nothing like it, man.
yeah.
I
You gotta try that.
I
best
need to get over
noodle in the
there.
world.
I need to get over there.
Yeah,
We were in the Hong Kong airport and we did get some noodles,
yeah,
but it's airport. It's not the same.
yeah.
Um, it's
Airport
not.
food.
It's not the same at all.
Yeah.
Oh, look who showed up. What up?
Yo, Mr. Wallace.
What up, my man?
Yeah,
Good to
one of
see you.
my greatest teacher in the
Oh yes,
CMA actually.
yes. Life.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
he's a great mentor to a lot of younger men and women, and
yeah,
we can all learn a lot from that positive energy. And that's all
yeah,
I'm trying to keep is that positive vibe. When somebody puts you down, just keep your head down and keep going. And just find like-minded people.
yeah.
So, um, and so I guess we need to talk about a little bit about what you've been up to recently. So if you don't know, Student is a producer working with signed with Eating Music label. So when did that come about?
Oh, eating music because the owner of eating music label is one of my friend. You know, uh, we built this friendship like 10, 12 years ago on the internet because we actually I started with digging music, digging CDs and vinyl records, and there's a website right there, and you can mark what you listening to or what you have listened, have heard, and you can make a mark and you can rate it at 4 stars, 5 stars right there, and you can see each album who rated or who marked this album, and I just found somebody right there. Every time I mark uh, album, any album, and there's the same people right there, and I follow them. This internet, so I just
Right.
follow them and we talk. Actually, we've been like have this communication for like years, and she just started the label like just like a year ago. Yeah, a year ago she started a label, and I wonder if I can join this label because I just start making beats, and she listened to my stuff. you know she listened to my beats, she heard all I got, and maybe we can try this, she said. Yeah, and I
Congratulations
yeah,
from all of us.
yeah,
I'll speak on behalf of CMA. I'll speak on behalf of our underground music community. Congratulations, Student.
yeah,
You
thank
deserve
you,
it,
sir.
man. You really
Yeah,
deserve it.
yeah,
Um,
thank you, sir.
and over the past week, what I've realized um, by working with you side by side is how good you are with the process, with the creative process. We had some pretty unique moments where we were
Yeah,
literally using echo as a sound source.
yo, the echoes,
It's
the
amazing.
echo thing really, almost killed us right there.
I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I've got these like my hair is standing up right now because of how much this means to me.
Yeah,
It was such an experience that 5 years I've been dreaming about doing something like this, and I didn't think it was possible yet. And for me to get over there on that, drum set and hook up a microphone and have you be like, damn, that is amazing. That was so cool,
yeah,
because we were hyping each other up. And that's
yeah,
really what, a one on one collaboration can be. It can be like really fun and engaging and back and forth. And man, if I had an idea, you were with it. If you had an idea, I was with it. And
yeah.
that's
For
what I
me,
love.
like the most exciting idea you mentioned on when we're trying to solve the problem on this streaming stuff. I mean, you said you can sample through the streaming. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Nobody. I know, like Matt Lee used to sample on YouTube, and we used to sample on everything, but who's gonna sample on streaming, man?
Who, while it's
This is a like $100 million idea right there, man. You gotta
I
be rich for this.
I
This is
well
crazy.
I will spread it because the money thing. I just want to grow a base that we can all produce from. If we can all join forces somehow and just make this a live thing. I mean, I can do 20, 30, 40 people at once. It could get crazy. And yeah, to think about that workflow is insane. You got several devices. You're using the cleanest of clean, like streaming quality. And what happens is something happens to that audio. I don't know what happens to it, but if people are trying to use older equipment or VSTs to capture a certain sound, we're
Yeah,
creating a sound that is different because nobody is really doing this. And if we run the same types of sampled material through the stream, it's going to change. It's going to change the way the stuff sounds.
yeah,
And that could encapsulate this generation, our era.
yeah.
So,
It's a kind of a we used to like those textures on vinyl records or whatever. This is everybody. This is an era where everybody trying to get those lo-fi kind of sounds, man. I mean, like on streaming, this is like you know natural lo-fi stuff because we used to love the analog sounds on the vinyl, the kind of noise when the needle drops, that
mhm.
kind of noise. But this is something new. We can get the noise from the streaming, stream on the stream platform actually, and
Yep.
that kind of noise is a natural
Natural.
lo-fi kind of
It's different.
sound. Man,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
And
Even when you have a record player or like turntable, you can just play some records I never heard of. I can sample from you on the
right,
stream. That's kind of easy. Or
sharing. I
use
can share your
you
VSTs.
yeah, yeah,
You can share your
yeah,
plugins with me.
yeah,
You
exactly
need,
what I mean. If
yeah,
you don't want the noise, then put the, like an S1, you get the noise out of here. And you see what you got in your lab, those, instruments right there.
yep.
Yeah, we're almost like we're in the same studio or something. We're doing the real collaboration online with no latency.
It
That's,
feels organic. It feels like legit, like you're here with me because we're talking back and forth. And you'll see
yeah.
in the video. What I'd like. Oh, we got a couple other people saying what up to
What's
the show.
up? What's up? Kaning,
So,
what's up?
Stu, will you do me a favor? Will
Yeah,
you go and see? I think that the premiere will be
okay,
ready to go in about 2 or 3 minutes.
okay,
So, can you just pull it up, like, so that we can screen share it during
okay.
the stream? And I'll try to occupy the folks for a minute. But I just wanted to say I really appreciate everybody that's here. I really do feel like this is an exciting moment, and I've tried to kind of not get too ahead of myself because I have that tendency to be eager and excited and kind of like go, go, go. But let me tell you, Stu is the perfect guy for this because he is the total chill factor that I need to kind of slow me down a little bit. And we had a couple days where I was freaking out a little bit because we had a project pretty close to finished and I needed some pieces. But this guy is a workhorse. And when he goes and goes and goes, he has to take a break at some point, and that can be a nice little sleep. So we finally did get everything taken care of, and we're gonna have to hope that this premiere turns out okay because in my opinion, this premiere can be what jumpstarts the next set of maybe collaborations that we can do. Student, we could bring in anybody in the chat, anybody that's here, all are welcome. So I'm basically just mumbling a little bit just to try to give you a little bit of time. But let's see if there's any questions in here. Let me look up here. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. People at work, man. People are at work watching. So, let's see. Peace, peace, peace. Cool, cool. All right. How's it looking, Stu?
Yeah. I gotta share my screen on another
Yeah.
stream actually. Those in the backstick, can I do that? Or
Can,
just on this one?
yeah, you can share it. Is this the laptop right now that you're using?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you can
share.
share it. You can share it right from there, I think, or the other one. Either way is fine. But
Okay. I need 1 minute.
yep, no problem.
You mean the YouTube link you just sent
Yes.
me? Okay.
Yeah, or you can just pull up YouTube itself and just go over to my YouTube channel, and it'll be ready to go here in just a minute, I think.
Okay.
Is that would be pretty cool if we could play the premiere during the live stream. That was my
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, that's really something right there. Okay. Share this.
So we did a collaboration, we did a rat chat, we did a beat, and we did a beat video, plus an intro, plus all kinds of other stuff, all in about a week's time. So can't expect perfection out here, but we're going to do our best.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I see you, Kanan. I see you. It's cool. No worries.
More minutes right there. Okay.
I don't see a. I see a thing, but it's not a screen.
There's something wrong with my internet, actually.
Well, we can do it right from this one then if you want. Can you do it from the one you're using as a camera?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna use this one.
Bear with us, folks. And in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll pull it up. I really don't want to play it from my switcher because the switcher is not going to sound very good. If we play it through a hard wire, it'll sound much better if we screen share it.
Something wrong with my internet connection right there, because this is I gotta use the VPN, the VPN stuff, because I can't just directly log on YouTube or stuff like that. So
Okay.
there's something wrong with my VPN stuff.
Well, we can try this then. Would you like to try it like this? Try it with the iPad? Try it. I don't think the audio quality is probably, and the video quality is probably not going to be that good, but you can always go and check it out after the fact, and we'll play it here, and hopefully we'll get some sort of decent audio here. I think it's ready to go. Let's see here. Okay, so I may have to make sure that there is, wasn't expecting to do this, so let me just make sure that it's not muted. Okay. And let me know if your internet comes back up.
Yeah.
And I'll just go ahead and try to do this here. Stand by, folks. We'll have this ready for you in just a split second here. There we go. You
think
got it?
my internet is working now.
Cool. Let's do that then. I'd rather do that.
Okay.
That was super loud, right?
Yeah, that's the sound is cracking.
Okay. I was able to bring it down some, but
So let me find you in my page. First the video, right? Oh, I
you
saw
see it
that. Yeah,
with the
let me
thumbnail?
share my screen. Yeah.
Cool. And we will mute our mics and just let it play through. It's about, well, we don't have to mute our mics actually. I think it's about 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So there it
So
is.
I'm
I see it.
sharing my screen.
Okay. And then if you can just full screen it for us.
Okay.
Oh, it's got to go back. Can you scroll it all the way back? And we're not getting any audio.
You're not hearing the audio?
Nope.
That's kind of weird. Let me check this. You see, we're still working on this one.
So why don't I try this again, and I'll try to keep the volume down this time.
Okay. I think that's
You
the
tell
best
me.
way.
Tell me if it's too loud or. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds okay.
Okay.
That's a dope countdown.
Imagine a future with no borders. Imagine a future with no latency. Just imagine being able to collaborate in real time with other musicians anywhere in the world and have it feel like they are in your studio. Future's now.
In the beginning, we were all looking for a way to express ourselves. We had instrumentation built by hand. When we got tired of making music by ourselves, we found groups and we formed bands. Then we started to see the technology advance. We started seeing vinyl, we started seeing 8-tracks and smaller cassettes than CDs. We're now in a completely new age. We have the ability to do things that could never be done before. We can go wireless at any moment and get any music we want. And now, let's try to change the game one more time. We're gonna call this
Stream era. This is the gas station.
Yeah, this is a dope idea.
I'm gonna program this ARP right here on the deluge. See,
Yo.
I'm just gonna go like this.
No, that's some.
So I think this would be a cool time for you to sample this and then go from there.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
Yeah, let it play. Maybe I can use this. Let me listen to this. Oh, this sounds good.
It's still too loud. I probably gotta turn it. It's still too loud.
Yo, this could be some deep dark shit.
This,
Can I use your voice as sample?
of course, bro. We are now at the 5 hour, 2 minute, 45-second mark. I've just heard the most ridiculous sound I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Stu, can you play that one more time?
Ooh. This is like a deep dark shit.
Some people in the chat, Stu, they're saying what up to us.
Yo, what up? What up? This is a student. I'm chatting with my man. Well, we're gonna do some really experimental stuff right here. I never made stuff like this before, so we're just trying things and sample in a unique, crazy way. Oh, my cat is messing around.
That's all right. Adds flavor.
This.
I could make you a weird sound right now and shoot it to you as an email. You know that the nightmare machine I was showing you with the springs and stuff on it?
Yeah.
I could just make some weird sounds and just send it to you as Google Drive.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's do that. So I can get that sound. There it is.
Yo, that's some crazy sound right there.
All right, I'm going to capture that right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to get some chain. See this can?
Oh my god. So you make that like instrumentalized stuff right there.
Yeah, I made this with a bunch of stuff just to make cool sounds with, and I got this violin bow, and I play this thing with it.
Wow. It's amazing, man.
All right, man, you got some sounds coming your way.
Okay. So that fast, right? You just.
It's gonna be that fast.
That's it. That's the beat.
Yo, what up? I will. Yo, I still can't believe this shit, man. We made this. Like, yo, we spent 3 nights, or I don't know how many hours, maybe like 12 hours or something like that. Yeah, we made it. Still can't believe it.
How you like it?
I can feel that this is actually a good track. And yeah, I'm about to finish it.
Yeah, I made this with a bunch of stuff.
We'll call that good. I'm gonna go ahead and do
Yo,
one of
the
these, bro.
the
I gotta.
audio might be perfect, right now. Maybe you can. What is that? Oh, that's the applause. Yeah.
We need to give that a
Yo,
clap.
shout out to I will create is
Thank you, man.
was really creating something crazy right there.
Thank you,
Everybody
bro.
can join this and have some fun with it.
Hell yeah, that was amazing. I hope that that came across on the stream, like it felt inside the stream right now, because there
Yeah.
was some energy there, man. That uh, I don't know. I hope that that came out right on the stream. Because
Yeah, I
this
mean, the
here might not.
audio might sounds perfect, sounds not so perfect right now, but maybe later, yeah, everybody
The
can watch
actual
it
upload.
later.
Yeah,
You know how that sound, and maybe you feel like you'd be like, yo, this sounds like a, crap or stuff. You can, watch this later and then check out the sounds right there. The sound
right.
quality is
Pretty
quality.
good. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
good as far as the stream itself. Working inside the stream is pretty damn good.
Oh
Um,
man.
I'm curious. I want to see if yeah, it's right here. So let me see if the audio quality came through. But another thing, man, I want to know kind of from you a little bit while I do this.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan? Do you have a are you focused on a singular goal? Are you just trying to just create new things every day? Um, what is your tactics right now as far as being an active music producer?
I
Do you
don't
have a
actually
structure?
Yeah, actually, I don't have some kind of a goal or something. I'm working on my new project. It's gonna be releasing in the beginning of the next year. And for goals, no, I don't have some exact goals that I'm gonna do this today. I just do what I feel. I just, like keep practicing. For me now, I'm like, I make at least, like 2 beats or 3 beats a day, after CMA. Now I don't have actually job. I don't work no more. So that's all I can do. And there's no way back, I think. So all I can do is just this. So I made a lot of beats for a single day. I practiced a lot. And I saw a lot of like tutorial videos on mixing or like making beats. I'm learning every single day. Yeah, and that's why I call myself student. I live as I learn.
Well,
That's what's up.
I'm gonna say one thing for sure, man. Well, I just took a little peek at the stream, and it looks like it sounded pretty good, actually.
Okay.
So that's cool. But I want to say this. I was gonna save this for later. I was gonna close us out with these words. But I want to say this now, man. You student, bro, you came in here and you taught a lesson.
Okay.
Okay,
Never thought I could taught any
you
lesson.
taught a lesson. You taught me a lot. You taught me a lot. You
All
taught
right.
me
Thank you.
patience. You taught me creative workflow. You taught me how to play nice with others. Um, Not that I'm not good with other people, but I've never been able to do this before. So, you taught me how to do this. At least this time, it was successful. This was a complete success, man. There's
Yeah.
no other way to look at it. This was a complete success. Now, what we do with the beat is really up to you. Like I said, I have no like fascination with money or any of that stuff. So, we can keep it like it is, keep it as a YouTube video and move forward. Other
Yeah.
people, maybe we do a project using that with other people. So, um, we're hoping that we can do this some more down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with students' workflow, he's got the system down now. After all this time, we got our settings set up right. We know how to do this now a lot better than when we started, right?
Yeah.
So it was damn hard, man, at
Yeah.
first,
We put a lot of work in there, man.
just
A
to get
lot
to
of
that point,
time, a lot of
you
work
know.
in there.
Yeah, so that's great. And so I guess I want to know a little bit about eating music. I want to know more about, is there so I love this, what you guys are doing, and I think it's such a cool concept. It almost feels like a community label, like a sharing of information, sharing of ideas,
Exactly.
creativity, and then everybody benefits that way. And I've always felt like that's the recipe right there. It's group support.
Yeah, that's the exactly recipe right there. Because this label is not like those label in the mainstream. This label is actually like a lifestyle based, you know,
Mm,
how you live your life is actually how you making your music or how your music sound in this special independent label based in Shanghai,
hmm.
and this label for me is the most suitable label. I making beats and I making something else, and you know there are there are like 5 or 6 artists in this label doing the same, but in a different way.
Right.
And for this label, I wanna shout out to the main activity on this label. It's called Eating Music Camp. You see this on my cap right there.
Can you bring it in a little bit?
Yeah,
Yes, I see
Eating
that.
Music Camp.
Got
Yeah,
it.
we just finished it, and I joined the Eating Music Camp in the August this year. Actually, yo, this, I'm telling you, this is the producers wonderland, like a heaven for producers. So there are 9 students and almost like 10 mentors right there, including Kiefer. Everybody know Kiefer. He produced for Anderson Pack, and he has his own releases, dope releases on Stone Throw Records. Everybody knows Stone Throw Records, the legendary Stone Throw Records, and also he's a jazz pianist and producer. And we invited Eric Law. Eric Law. Everybody know Eric Law. Yo, shout out to Eric Law. and the other teachers are all from China, or actually one from Korea, Seoul, Korea, DJ Soulscape. So there are a bunch of stuff to teach the students in the camp to know how to make it better, or how to make a living on music, how to continue your career, all kinds of stuff. And we, eat together, sleep together, making music together. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. I mean, the stream era, what we do, this is crazy, but that, actually is much crazier.
No,
Yo,
that sounds
if you
like
got a chance, you should experience that. Maybe next year or something. Eating
yeah.
music camp is really something there. It's
I
like
haven't even
everybody know, DJ Jazzy Jeff has his own, like playlist. I don't remember what they call that. They had playlists. He invited a lot of artists, producers right there. But eating music camp is like a mini version of that. And producers and artists maybe not that famous, maybe not that dope, but actually this is kind of good.
I didn't think that at all, man. I've watched some of the footage from, actually, I've gotten some engagement from, I think, some of the people that you run with on Instagram. And so when I went and followed after, getting some likes or whatever, I went and followed them, and everybody's posting really positive stuff,
Yeah,
group oriented stuff. It's like nobody wants to do anything by themselves. Everybody wants to include the group if they can.
yeah,
That's a recipe for success, man. And I have the ability to travel. I could definitely come out there, at least to come
yeah.
check you guys out.
Yeah, this is the that was I mean, indie music could be my one of my life experience of all time, I think.
Right.
Yo, it's totally crazy. And about this label, indie music, uh, you know, I don't know, but now I'm in this label. I'm sure I'm gonna do something, like on music, and make people believe this is a very dope label, independent label in China, because the situation is in China, we just got started, like nobody did this before, like eating music label. There's a bunch of labels right there in China, and they did the same thing as those label in the mainstream. I mean, so actually they they did nothing,
Right.
nothing to
Right.
support those people who are hustling in the underground world. Those
That's where it's at.
producers like me.
Yeah, like the creatives are gonna find the underground stuff.
Yeah,
And I guess
and yeah.
the challenge is,
Shout out to Funky Cookie, the owner of this label. Uh,
yeah, shout out to Funky Cookie.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I mean, I think that the challenge is to have a bigger mass of people hearing an independent label.
yeah,
That's always the challenge. So, um, I mean, maybe we can uh, make something consistently that points to that direction.
yeah,
Like check this out, check this out. I'm on board. I love you guys. I love what you guys are doing, and I haven't heard anything that I wouldn't bump in my home anytime. I love all music, and you guys are really doing some creative and artistic things. And I think that helps. That collaboration thing helps because you guys are feeding off of the energy of each other,
yeah,
and that changes the way you make music. You know,
yeah.
so
Exactly.
that's really
They
cool.
all gonna love this. This is
Well,
crazy.
yeah, and you told me about your move that you'll be moving to Shanghai in a month.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You'll be closer
Thank
to
you.
your label mates, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, man, you're just going to have more and more people to collaborate with and to put more and more music out, and we'll all be watching. I don't think there's anybody that knows you, man, that isn't pulling for you 100%. So
Thank you.
you wear the CMA cap well, you wear eating music cap well, and you wear the hat of an underground producer really well. You're positive.
Thank you, sir.
So that's why I wanted to do this with you. That's why I wanted to call this a special edition, because I feel like you're a special guy, and I wanted to make sure that you and I get a chance to do something different. And who knows what
Yeah,
happens, but it was
yeah,
so much fun. I had a great time.
yeah.
So, and
You know what? We're gonna do this like frequently. Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. Now that we know what we're doing, I mean, I know there's at least 3 people that are in the chat right now that have already told me they want to do it.
oh yeah.
So,
Come on, man.
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
join us.
You've all seen the process now. So let's go. Let's just
Let's go.
set aside a couple hours, maybe on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, a couple hours,
Yeah,
and get this shit done. Because once we have a couple people, you're delegating tasks. One person can work on the drums. One person can work on the samples. You know what I mean? And then you're just kind of like filtering all that stuff to one
yeah,
central location, all using the stream. So there's no more
yeah,
file transfers. There's not. It's instant, you
yeah,
know. So yeah, and I think that for an experiment, I think it went pretty dang well. So yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about the stream era stuff, and we've talked a lot about um, your label and about you as a human being. Is there any other um, it feels like we just started the show, but we're at an hour, man. And I could go for 2 or 3 hours, but I
yeah,
want to make sure that you get a chance to talk about any other things that are important to you, that you know maybe you thought about along the way of this journey, thinking, man, I want to make sure I remember to say this when I have the chance. Was there anything that you thought about during
yeah.
the process?
I haven't been, releasing any tracks or project for like 6 months, or yeah, 6 months since last time I with uh, had a collaboration with Black Matt.
Black
Shout out
man,
to Black Matt. Yeah,
yeah,
shout
Black
out
man.
to whole Dirty Old Man crew, man. They're great.
RTO just
Yeah.
showed up too, so shout out
Yo, what
RTO,
up?
dirty old man.
RTO, my
So
teacher right there. Yeah, shout out to all my teachers, whatever in CMA and Dirty Old Man. Yo, you just taught me a lot. And about the label, I had one thing to mention. That we just released a compilation on Bandcamp. uh, I produced 3 tracks on the compilation album, and this is the all the students' work, what we made right there. Yeah, it's really funny and it got a lot of story inside of it. I think you can find something right there on the
right.
Bandcamp. Yeah,
Right. And also this stream and that beat video that we put together, those will
yeah,
both will have your Bandcamp. It'll have eating music. We'll have links to all that stuff in the video. So
yo, thank you.
absolutely. It's absolutely that beat that you guys heard to start the show is an unreleased track that Student provided the show to play. So that is sitting in his hard drive waiting to be released. So thank you. And I'm going to put a link to that as well. And, he doesn't even have a name for it yet. It's that new. So when he has a name for it, we'll change the tag, but we'll make sure that people can get to you. People can get to the Bandcamp. We'll make sure people can get to CMA and Dirty Old
Yeah,
Man and all that other stuff. You guys can look in the description. A lot of that stuff is already in there. So,
yeah,
shout out to everybody.
yeah.
Without you
Thanks
guys,
for
without
your
everybody,
support.
I wouldn't be here either. I wouldn't have met Stu. I wouldn't have met anybody. So, yeah, I totally agree with you, man. This is an entire community. It takes an entire community to kind of mold a person's creative ability, to nurture them and stuff. So, and you've really come a long way, and I think that you're only
You know
going up.
what? I gotta say thank you, man. Shout out to I Will Create again, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank
You
you.
did this, and it's really a like big honor for me to be here. Like I never thought like do streaming this kind of stuff
Well, I
because
don't think anybody's
I'm a
ever seen
kind of
you before.
guy who don't speak a lot and just making beats in my bedroom, man. This is the good chance for me to let people know me better or let people know more about me.
Think
Thank
about it,
you.
man. Think about it,
Yeah.
man. Back to back, back to
All right.
back. Netmaker and you, back to back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we started out with CX, the producer. We had some
Yo.
some guys from the UK. We've had some other guys from YouTube doing Eurorack stuff. Mr. B, he's in here. I mean, we had Mr. Wallace in here, Rod Wallace, who's a teacher. We've had so many great guests, and I'm not saying that Rat Chat is going to end. It's definitely going to take a break for a couple weeks. We've got some other cool guests that are going to be in house. I'm actually going to have house guests in the studio. So you guys are going to have to check that out. I'm excited for it. And this new thing, we're settling on the gas station. So, and that's because there's a lot of meanings to it. And this is going to be where you're going to find your gas. So this is a gas station. We're going to make these collaborations happen. So please keep your emails open and don't be afraid to hit me up. If you want to participate, hit me up, hit Stu up.
Yeah,
We'll,
join
we'll we'll
us.
get in we'll get in touch with you guys, and please share these videos. Like these videos, because the only way we get seen is if people engage, and then the video gets promoted more by YouTube. We can do this by ourselves. We don't need to pay for anything. If we just do this together, it can work. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I really, really appreciate all the work that you've done, man. This guy is on a
Thank you,
completely
sir.
different time zone. So it
No,
is now
it's like
9 a.m., right?
yeah, it's 10 a.m.
It's
actually,
10
10
a.m.
a.m. and it's
He's been
Friday now.
it's Friday, and he's been
Yeah,
messaging me since about noontime, telling me he won't fall asleep. He promises. So he's been up all night waiting for this. So
yeah.
salute
I'm
to you,
not
bro.
gonna watch my NBA games right there. You
Sweet.
never watch NBA games in the
That's
morning,
right.
right? But we
Right. Who's
do.
your team? Who's your team? You got a team?
I got a team. I got LA Lakers is
You
my
got a
favorite team.
Laker
Yeah,
guy? Is
yeah.
is is LA the closest major city to you? US city?
Uh,
Like if you were to
yeah,
fly to the
maybe.
US, would it be quicker to go?
Yeah,
It's quicker to go to
yeah,
West Coast, right?
yeah. West Coast is the most, the closest of cities, the shore, the coast. I mean, if I gotta fly to East Coast, it may take me like I don't know how many hours, but
It's
it's
a long
crazy.
time, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Well, at least to the area of the world that I went to, it took us. It was 16 hours in the air. Then it was another 6 hours after that. So quite a long ride, man. But I can come down there, man. If you can keep me safe out there, I'll come out there, bro. I'll come
yeah.
out there.
It's totally city. This is the place, the most safest place in the world, man. Nothing's
Good.
gonna happen.
Good. Well,
There's
I'm gonna
no
have
gate right there. There's
I,
no
I'm coming.
gunshots.
I'm coming with a gang of gear. So we're gonna have to keep me
Okay.
safe. All right.
Yeah, of
I'm gonna
course.
pack as much stuff as I can bring. I'm bringing a Prophet 6 with me. I'm bringing an MPCX with me. I'm bringing everything I can bring,
Yeah.
and man, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. So
Yeah. We're gonna have a studio in Shanghai. You can, definitely come to Shanghai and we can hang out in the
oh,
studio and
nice,
making something. Yeah.
nice. That'd be friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of community comments in here. People are just they want to tell you, man. Here you go. Here's one right here. So you got our
Yo, thank you, RTO, my teacher.
yep, and then we've got here we go. We got Keenan again.
Oh, my first submission, man. My first CMA submission sounds like, yo, I can.
Hey, I listen to mine too, and I know that you do something and you're hoping that you're following the right path, and you just hold your breath, man, and then you just know you're gonna get better over time.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of nervous because yeah, I remember that was like Al Green. Yeah, we sampled Al Green. That's my that was my first submission.
Oh, okay, Al Green. I wasn't. I
Yeah.
don't think. What number was that? That must have been like early on, huh?
170 or 60
Okay,
or
mid
yeah,
100s.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll put a link to that too. We'll put a link to that in the video so
Oh,
people can
please
go
don't
watch
don't do
your
that.
old stuff, and then they can compare it, right? They can compare.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
sure it's still you, man. It's still creative. I do remember us talking once as a group. I think it was in the Discord, and
yeah,
I think that you were just mentioning that you were a little down on yourself, and I was surprised by that because I think a lot of us see ourselves in a different light than other people see us, especially creatives. We're a little bit hard on ourselves. So, I remember you struggling in your mind with finding your own sound, and
yeah.
I always felt
Exactly.
like you had your own sound. So,
Thank you,
and
man.
you've developed it even more since then. So, but
Thank
yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep in touch. But I just wanted to
you. Okay.
make sure you had an opportunity to say anything that you want to say because this is the world listening right now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say I'm in Beijing now. IOL is in the you know
I'm in
another
Maine.
side of the earth. It's
Hmm.
crazy, and we made a beat online on streaming. I mean, you guys in the state, man, come on, join us.
That's true. They don't even have to go
Yeah,
very far. You
yeah.
know,
There's no latency stuff. We can solve all the problems now. Actually,
man. If I could do a real fist bump, we'd be fist bumping right now. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
dope. That's dope, bro. That's
Yeah,
so dope.
let's go.
I love
Let's
that.
go.
I love
Gas
that.
station
Gas station.
and
We'll
rat
we'll
chat.
never be
Yeah,
more. We'll never be more than a gas station attendant. That's it. So
yeah,
we're now attending the gas station. That's it.
yeah.
So
Hashtag gas station.
that's right. So all right, guys. Well, we're gonna close it down. Let me make sure there's no other comments in here. Yeah. So everybody's just saying hi. So that's just about it,
Cool.
man. I think we'll close it
Shout out
down.
to everybody.
Shout out
Yeah,
to everybody. Shout out to Cheshire. Shout out to Dirty Old Man. Shout out Gadget.
yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to
Shout
all the
out to
people
Gadget.
out there. Shout out to all the people out there who I follow, who I really love, and who are doing great things for the community. So I think we'll end
Yes.
it on that note. Thank you so much, Stu. I'll
Yo,
be in
thank you.
touch. And man, this was a
Yeah.
great episode. This is great. So look for us, peeps. Look for us. All right. Peace.
Peace.